how much of the score did you two perform yourselves?
Oh, a lot.
Then we should.
There's yeah, there's a lot of, I mean, I think it's just kind of become a way. I mean, we Taylor and I worked on a lot of sort of indie films in our process of sort of our journey. And in that process, there's not a lot of like, oh, here you go, let's record, or here it's just kind of like get it done, you know? And you can't always get it done with samples. You have to have some sort of, there's got to be some playing. So we've been hip to like hiring friends and just doing what we can on our own. And if we can replace it, great. And if we can't, sometimes, we'll call it a vibe, even though it's just probably chalked up to poor performance playing. But I'd say there's a lot. I mean, all of the synths, whether they're analog or digital or plugins, obviously we played all of those. And then there's tons of percussion we played. There's vocals in all the episodes. We have solo vocals of us doing a lot of tenor stuff. Um, Lily, one of our assistants, is singing on there. She does a lot of the female vocals. Um, Cellos we played. I'm just looking around at there's a guitar own that we used. I'm obsessed with the bass six. There's a bass six all over the place that plays in there.
Death Flute and Storm we
Oh
played.
yeah.
Um, yeah, there's all kinds of weird percussion that we played on that one.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm a pretty horrible clarinet player, but it actually produces a pretty awesome sound, being as terrible as I am. So not for performance, but for like articulations. There's there's quite a bit of clarinet articulations in there. Yeah, it's kind of fun to play with those things, even if you're just trying to get an idea out, and then go hire someone who is incredibly skilled at doing that, and they open your eyes to like, oh, it can actually not only sound good, but you can do all these other things too. And that's part of this, that's sort of part of the fun. And that's why when we recorded, we flew out to Vienna to kind of be there, because we wanted to really, you write, we don't, I mean, the orchestrators like prepare the scores, but you put this score together, and then it's not just about the notes, but like the performance is super important. And I think that's where you really get into the fun of like it becomes composing and production, because the performances tell you to feel, I think, and I think you believe it or you don't, like when you go see a band. So that was really important to us, and in some cases we were able to achieve things that we were very excited about by just being there and being able to engage with like Mark Graham, and he conducted, and we could sort of go back and forth and talk to him and talk to the band. And anyway, I could go on and on, but that's I'll cut myself off there.